fact.
Fact.
If you
Hitting your face with a hammer repeatedly probably isn't good for you.
right, shooting up meth is probably not good for you.
You don't tell me what to do with my life.
The Cracked Cauldron is a podcast hosted by Ed Bolden Greer and Jacob A. Garner. In each episode, Ed and Jacob will have free-flowing conversations about life, culture, and personal growth.
No thought too dumb.
No question too deep.
The conversation starts here. Welcome to the Cauldron.
Hey, Jacob, how you doing, man?
I'm tired.
You're always tired.
Oh, wait.
Since
What a convenient
topic.
for us to talk about today.
Jacob, remember, I'm 60 and you're 30.
Yes.
And you've been tired since last August the 2nd.
That is correct.
You also, my friend.
Just go ahead and get it out of the way. It's all right. Just go ahead.
So you all know how Jacob is a massage therapist and he's into mixed martial arts and kickboxing, all the stuff, right? And you probably wouldn't be surprised if I told you that he had injured his back from doing any of that. However, Jacob, how did you injure your back?
It's like the old adage goes, and it's never anything cool.
How did you injure your back?
I sneezed. I sneezed, quite possibly the strongest sneeze of my life, honestly.
You know that sneezing comes from the same brain hole. Let's call it a brain hole for you. From the same brain hole orgasms do.
I actually didn't know that. And I will say, I've never had an orgasm drop me to my knees in pain the way this sneeze just did. I mean, legitimately, I collapsed onto the floor and had to find a wall after. I was paralyzed in pain for a few seconds, could not move, and then I crawled up to a wall, and then I had a coworker of mine put some KT tape on me, and then I immediately went in and I had 6 more hours of massage. I did.
And when you got off work, what did you do? No. Let's change this paradigm a little bit. What didn't you do?
I didn't call you because, and for the listeners who just heard the previous minute and a half of the podcast, it was my damn pride. I knew for a fact if I told Ed I threw my back out while sneezing, I would never hear the end of it.
Dude, the only time you have pride is in June.
I know, right? And it's coming up, baby.
It's coming up.
Hey, dude, I will say a big shout out to Jared, mainly because anybody else I feel like, I'm going to toot my own horn, but anybody else I feel like that was in as much pain as I was with the inability to bend at the waist at all, staring down the barrel of 6 hours of massage, would have just went up to the front, apologized to the client, tell the front desk, cancel all my clients. Jared's body mechanic education that I received from him was the only reason why I was able to massage for the rest of the day. My clients were none the wiser. So
they got at you massage.
Yeah, they did. It was all pecs and upper body usage for me and hip hinging. That's all I did.
Well, I'm sorry that you got hurt, and I'm sorry that you don't have enough faith in me. Yes, I would have made fun of you after I got you out of pain.
I know for a fact you would have helped me immensely, but it was my own pride that stopped me.
Yeah.
I'm not too proud to admit that, So look at that.
How do you feel right now?
I
just got
much
you out
better.
of the treatment room.
Yeah. And immediately when I told him what I did, just immediately took me to a treatment room, got me fixed right. Honestly, I walked out to my car to get that fruit stick before we started to record, and I was like, "Oh shit, that's pretty good."
So, speaking of old, you have your next birthday, which puts you over 30, that you're going to be 31 years old on August the 2nd.
Yes, I will.
And yet again,
baby.
We're going to be where?
At CreepyCon. CreepyCon is the unofficial sponsor of
your birthday.
My birthday, yeah.
CreepyCon this year happens on July 31st through August 2nd.
Correct.
If any of the brew crew want any more information about CreepyCon, they can go out to creepycon.com and find out all the information about that event. We'll be there giving away some prizes, giving away some tickets to Appalachian Horror Fest.
Yes, we will be.
Which Jacob and I are hosting this year.
Again.
Yep. And that happens on Saturday, October 10th.
Mm-hmm. And how much are the tickets again? So, however much the tickets are, you're already going to spend the money to get into CreepyCon and look at stuff. Come get some tickets.
Some free tickets.
There you go. And if you ask nicely enough, I'll kiss you on the cheek. I'll sign one for you. You know, free of charge. If you pay me some money, I won't kiss you on the cheek. We could go two ways.
Are you threatening people?
I guess so. Yeah,
That's fine. I don't mind at all.
Look, my back's going to be fine by that time. So,
I think that we need to give equal time here and talk about our upcoming, the first one of the marketing season, FrankenCon 2026, which is expanding to a 3-day event.
yes.
Going from June 26th through the 28th, so Friday through Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And if people want to find out more information about FrankenCon, they can go to frankencontn.com. frankencontn.com.
Love FrankenCon. It's a smaller con, but that's not a dig. That's the reason why I like it, is that it allows us to really, sometimes when you go to these bigger cons like CreepyCon and a line starts to form or people really start to like crowd the table, you kind of feel like, oh, I have to close up this conversation, engage with somebody else. But at FrankenCon, you know,
Absolutely.
I just stand there and talk to you for like 30 minutes. Tell me some cool ghost stories. I don't care.
Yeah. So, Jacob, we'll talk a little bit more here in a minute, but you remember the rule game that we started last episode?
Yes.
Can you verify that this envelope has both of our signatures on it?
Still does.
Okay,
Still
so-
sealed.
Yep. Still sealed. And so, as we did last time, you get to guess at the beginning of the episode, anytime you want to in the middle, and then at the end. And so,
I forget. There was some rule that I followed with one of these guesses. Was it the last one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So I think I'm
Oh,
gonna.
wait, hold on. I forgot. I need to open this and then we'll reseal it.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Here, I'm actually gonna physically turn away. That way I cannot see. And I'm looking at some curtains right now. There's no reflective material.
Okay, so I'm gonna read the directions again.
Okay, go for it.
We're going to play a game, or we've been playing a game, and it has one rule. However, you have to guess the rule. To test my rule, you must guess 3 numbers. I'll tell you whether the 3-number sequence that you guess follows my rule. Guessing the numbers correctly is not the answer to the game.
Gotcha. All right. Do you want me to guess, or do you want me to wait for you to seal it and turn back around?
I'm going to put it back in the envelope.
All right, cool. And we do have my previous guesses written down physically.
Mm-hmm.
And I did get one of the rules right.
Yes.
All right, am I good?
Give me one more second. Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, I'm ready. Oh, wait.
Okay. I've got all of the stuff up.
All right. So one of my guesses last time worked. I think it was my last guess, wasn't it? 1, 2, 3. Okay. So that tells me, I think that it means that the sequence of numbers is increasing. I think that's one of the rules.
Okay.
So I'm going to guess 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go.
So just so you're aware, that wasn't your last guess, but go ahead.
Oh, okay. I'm going to guess if it is an increasing amount, maybe it's going to be odds or even. So 3, 5, and 7.
That matches the rule.
Okay. So I'm going to assume that one of the rules is it moves up.
No, you have to tell me the one rule.
The one rule. Okay. All right. Is it just increasing integers?
I think you need to use different words.
Is it just growing in value?
I can't give you you have to say the rule.
Okay, got you. All right. Those are my guesses. I'll think more about this. We'll try it again in the middle. I feel like I'm getting closer, though.
Yeah. It's not about guessing the right numbers. It's
I
about
know.
guessing the rule.
It's about guessing the rule, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So, just so the brew crew knows, Jacob was not kidding about being tired.
No. Surprisingly, when you throw your back out, you don't get decent sleep. Who
would have thought?
Also, what is this? In all the years I've known you, I've never seen you not drink a white Monster.
Yeah, these are cherry flavored.
Well, who are you?
I know. I got a case of them, or not a case, a 12-pack of them.
Yeah.
And they're okay. They're okay. And so I've been throwing them in.
There you go.
Like when I need an extra little boost, which I have needed. As you saw, I gave you one of the bookmarks.
Oh, yes. It's got a nice texture to it, too. It's a solid little bookmark.
Who knew? And I'm not complaining. Let me first say, I'm not complaining about the process, although it has been a little bit overwhelming with all the other stuff that I have to do in life. But the process has been very insightful for me.
Yeah.
And the process of publishing a book has been daunting at times. That's a good word, daunting.
Daunting, yeah.
But it has taken a lot of energy to get it to the point that it goes to press Thursday.
Oh, nice.
Everything's been approved. Cover's been approved. Everything.
Came back from editing.
4 errors.
That's it? Let's go. But you're sweating that shit.
I was. But I am going to say this. We used a tool. Like, of course, we use Grammarly. But we used a tool. I think you're aware of it. AI. In order to, like, we created a PDF and then we said, hey, note the grammatical and spelling errors in this document. And then it gave us a list and we went back and we decided, because AI can be inconsistent, to check it against a grammar site to check the rules. And the 4 errors that we had were comma placements.
Really?
So it really did work as a tool.
Well, actually, interestingly that you brought this up, and don't let me go down too much of a rabbit hole, but I was listening to the New York Times podcast today, and they were the name of the thing was, "Is China winning the AI race right now?" Right? And it turns out, Ed, that you actually share the exact same sentiment that the Chinese Communist Party and the people of China have, that they actually do not have the Western view that I do, that AI is going to destroy and upend society and roles and everything. They fully believe that it will solve a lot of labor issues and improve everybody's quality of life as a tool. And that's exactly what they're doing with it. I thought that, like, when I was listening to that, I went, fuck. So that means that the majority of the world, including Ed, disagrees with me. So maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Never.
For my conspiracy theory mind, I can't accept that. So, but I found it interesting.
I am going to say this. I don't think that you're completely wrong. And I've always held that, I think that any tool that is misused can become a weapon.
Oh God, yeah.
Which is part of something I'm going to talk about today. But so I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. So the book process is almost to the close of the first book, and then this Thursday, not only do we have the celebration of going to press, but we also have the Small Raven Media / Appalachian Horror Fest meeting with publisher people to do the first phase of the horror anthology.
Oh, yes.
From all of the stories. So we're excited about that, and that should be out by July or August.
Also, kind of a non sequitur, but listeners of our dearest brew crew, if you don't have enough of listening to Ed, please check out the Ghost City Tours podcast.
Oh yeah,
Ed was a guest on it.
Yeah, I was very surprised about the outcome of how they utilized the video, because we did a Zoom interview, of course, and it was a couple-hour interview.
Yeah.
And they used some of it for the main thing. They did a 10-minute spin-off, and then they did some shorts, and then they did something that I think you and I should work on. Not that I want to steal their ideas, but we kind of do something like this anyway, but I think we should brand it a little bit. They did a rapid-fire question and answer.
Ooh, I like
at
those.
at the end,
Yeah.
which was pretty sweet.
Yeah, I think you did a fantastic job.
Thank you.
I really enjoyed it. Great host, too.
Yeah.
Fantastic host.
He's actually the founder of Ghost City Tours.
Oh, let's see. So he has a living talking to people and making it accessible. I loved it. Again, if you guys are interested, it was the Ghost City Tours podcast. I thought it was great. You guys definitely will enjoy it, too, if you like listening to Ed talk about ghosts.
So I thought we would start today, Jacob, talking about why it seems like everybody's so tired.
Yeah, and I did some research for this episode. Are you familiar with the suffix that a lot of Gen Z and Gen Alpha have been using recently called maxing with, I think, 2 or 3 X's?
Yeah, a clavicular is like looks maxing.
Yeah. So I stumbled upon sleep maxing information. And I think you would find this pretty fascinating. I got to give credit to a different podcast. They're not affiliated with us at all. But they actually had a lot of really good information in their show notes that I ended up diving deep on for their sleep maxing episode. It's called Skeptoid. It's been around since 2006. Love them. They brought up some wild things, and it really did challenge a lot of what I've been told was effective for good sleep, like myths about blue light, stuff like that, and then wild shit that people are doing to get good sleep. But I guess I'll start this conversation with, Ed, how did you sleep last night?
I slept fairly good. I have said this so many times that the brew crew's probably getting sick of hearing it, but sleeping is my hobby. I put a lot of effort into making sure that we have the right mattress and the right sheets, and that if I'm going to sleep on the couch for a nap or something, that it's all right. And so yeah, I slept fairly good.
Nice.
I would say. I actually started, because of this and sleep being one of the issues, I started working on something this morning, kind of a poem that is based on me not wanting to get up. And how I was like buried in my little bed, type thing. I might share that at another point, but it's a work in progress. But the reality is that you can only stay in bed for so long.
Unfortunately.
So
anyway, so what's some fun information that you got us for sleep?
Well, I went at this a little different. I decided that I wanted to figure out, when did everybody get so tired, and what could possibly be the cause of it? Okay, and so I started doing some research, and people in general in the 20th century, 21st century have all been tired, but after 2020, and I know we use that dateline as an excuse for everything, but after 2021. A lot of people got tired, okay? And now, before conspiracy theorists started, it wasn't because of COVID. It was because of what socially happened around COVID, I think. But I thought I would give you a list, and maybe we talk about the list of possible reasons people today might feel tired.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do it.
The first one on my list is that they have a decrease or lower levels of vitamin D.
Oh, I mean, yeah, makes sense.
People are not going out as much. I've been doing a concerted effort to go out.
Physically
outside. Jared and I just had a conversation today about we're becoming hermits because we are working and then we're tired and we go home and we cuddle and go to sleep.
It's a vicious cycle. It's easy to slip into.
It is. But I love nothing more than being out in nature. I love going on walks. I love doing all the things. And I just haven't been. So we're not creating natural vitamin D.
Yeah.
So I think that could be maybe a big cause of people always being tired. Their vitamin D's low. I think that another thing, and all of this is going to be stress. So the end result is going to be me saying stress. Okay. So just be aware of that. Because I know you've heard me say everything is stress.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think that we have had an explosion of social stimulation.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I think that the media, and I'll talk about all forms of media eventually, but the media, we'll just use that broad stroke for a moment. Media is bombarding us every second of the day. Okay? We sleep to music or a sound machine. We wake up, immediately check emails, immediately look at social media, immediately go to work and have to send emails. We immediately are not sheltered from having to be social.
Yeah.
Okay? But at the same time, being social or being a hermit have the same outcomes.
Yeah, they're both polar extremes.
Right, but they have the same outcome. Another thing I think is after 2020, we now are in an economy where we have to work more to make less.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And at the same time, the consuming public of everything that we do as a people are more demanding. We have more Karens and Chads messing up the system, which I think has a lot to do with it when we get to kind of the last of this.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's another cause. Not only are we working more, and if we're not working more, that's creating stress too. But then I'm going to touch on something that you said about blue screens, but it's not so much that blue screens affect you.
You mean like blue light coming from screens?
Yes. But I'm talking about the screens themselves. And it is not a physical effect. It is that we go to sleep with our phones in our hands, whether it's playing a game or reading a book or whatever, and we are still engaged and our brain's engaged. And so we don't sleep as well because our brain was engaged at that time. And I'm guilty and I'm probably not going to stop.
Yeah.
Because I like playing my word games. But I think technology has us not prepping for sleep.
Yeah.
We actually had a person say, "Oh, well, you shouldn't have a TV in your bedroom because that causes you to not sleep." Well, we don't ever watch it. I don't even know why we have it in the bedroom. But I mean, on the off chance that I'm folding laundry and want to watch something, I can do that. But it's a first world convenience.
Yes.
Okay. Maybe we want to watch a movie in bed.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that leads me to just pure poor sleep. People are not sleeping the way we did in the past. I mean, we used to sleep in 2 sleep cycles per night. You would sleep, way back. You would sleep about 4 hours. You would get up, you would do some work, you'd go back to sleep, and then you'd wake up and have a day.
Huh.
Yeah. So also, I don't think people's circadian rhythm are the same. I think there are people who, when I say not the same, I think that we've messed that up. Okay. Travel can mess it up. Lots of things can mess it up. But for me, I have never been a night person or a day person.
Yeah.
I am whatever I get into the habit of being. But I have lots of friends who are like, I'm just a night owl. I just can't go to sleep before 2 a.m. And, and they rearrange their life around that. But the reality is our brain chemicals responsible for sleep all happen based on when the sun goes down. So, and then I think that we have a lot of grief in our world. Not only, when I talk about grief, I'm not talking about just the loss of loved ones, okay? And I think that we have the loss of, and you could fill in the blank for a lot of stuff, but one, I think, big one right now for the United States is we have a loss of national pride.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And I was just jotting some notes down for a blog yesterday, and it's about Tennessee. I love Tennessee. I fucking love Tennessee. It's so beautiful. Everything about it physically is just fantastic. The mountains, the valleys, the streams, all of the nature, the activities that I can go do in very little time, especially living here in Knoxville. But I'm ashamed of our leaders.
Oh.
Okay. And I've always fought against that image of Tennesseans being awkward, backward, too country, inherently not smart.
Yeah.
A
lot of the Southern stereotypes.
Yeah. And looking at our accents, if you will, and knowing that like the Jersey accent and the East Tennessee accent or the Appalachian accent are very similar. They stress different parts of the words, but they all come out of the Scottish
Kind of like Highlands.
Highlands, yeah. So I think that we are being bombarded. So all of that stuff to say, I think, and what you're going to say, I'm going to carry on after you say this, after you say what you're going to say about propaganda. But I think that the idealism today, maybe the idealism is not the right word, the plan. If we looked at like 2025 and we know that so many people are against Project 2025 that it'll probably not come to pass, thankfully. However, the subtext to that is let's keep everybody so emotionally on edge and let's divert attention constantly that it's exhausting.
Yeah. Steve Bannon, one of the chief strategists for Trump in his first term, not so much now, but he's still kind of like a shadowy figure. He calls it flooding the zone with shit.
Yeah.
Like if you just flood the zone. I definitely completely agree with you, Ed. I think that everybody is just so unbelievably stressed. And when cortisol, that's the correct term, right? When cortisol is just coursing through your veins, you can't sleep. Your fight or flight response is
and even if you do, it's not good sleep.
Exactly. It's not restful sleep. And you know what's really sad? I think similar to what you were saying, where people kind of like modified their lives around what they think is their perceived sleep schedule. The amount of people my age that when you asked them, when was the last time you got a good night of sleep? Almost all of them can remember at some point within the last 3 months where they had it because it was that significant that they even remembered, And this is a real sad reality. Sometimes when people sleep too much, you find out, they're just depressed.
Yep.
They got so burnt out and so stressed that they're now depressed and sleeping more.
And it may not be depressed. This is one of the things that, as you know, our profession is looking at. it all may not be depressed. It could just be sad too.
Yeah.
Like sadness is not depression. It's a part of depression, but it in itself is not depression.
Yes.
A lot of things can lead to sadness. I was not depressed over my mother's death, by the way, which was the anniversary was Sunday when we were at Creepy FrankenCon last year.
Yeah.
And my brain kept wanting to make me sad.
Yeah.
And I kept trying. I didn't fully succeed, but I kept trying to offset what my brain was trying to tell me with fact. I didn't see her anyway.
Yeah.
You know? And I am living a good life. Like, I have a good life.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 100 million problems.
But a bitch ain't one, right? Yeah. That's what the song.
That's what the song
I wasn't calling your mom that.
No. Yeah, she was. By every definition of the word.
I will say this about sleep, something that I found very interesting in my research for it, that there really isn't, because every human brain is unique in its own way, that there really isn't like one set sleep maxing thing, routine that you can do. In fact, I thought this was really interesting. Currently, the only cure for insomnia that we have found, right? Because like you said, sometimes when you get some sleep, it's not restful sleep. So like giving people heavy barbiturates to fall asleep, eventually it turns into very unrestful, unhelpful sleep. Mm-hmm. The research that I did, it seems like the only cure they found for insomnia is intense psychotherapy. Mm-hmm. And to a certain extent, and I know this seems like a buzzword where people go, oh, they believe in woo-woo nonsense, hypnosis is found to be extremely effective. It's one of the only tools we have against insomnia, which I find very interesting.
They're doing some research with ketamine.
Oh, ketamine.
Like short-term ketamine. And
horse tranquilizer, yeah. I used to call it putting on my moon boots. I'll tell you some stories after we're off air.
You didn't just go down a K-hole. But yeah, some of those mind-altering drugs have also been successful in treating, in some studies, insomnia.
Oh, yeah.
So
I find it very, very, very interesting. Guys, I just want to say this one PSA before we move on. Do not fall down the slippery slope of sleep maxing on like TikTok, Instagram. A lot of that stuff, like sleep tape, where you cover your mouth so that way you get better air circulation to your nose. That's dangerous. There apparently was some trend in China where some sleep maxing influencer convinced people that it actually is extremely effective and the natural way to sleep to suspend yourself via your neck while you're sleeping.
Yeah,
and
don't do that.
It led to 2 people accidentally killing themselves. So guys, again, I hate if you can't sleep, do not take some random dude on TikTok that claims that he's a sleep doctor. He could be me with a wig on and some scrubs. And I go, no, I'm a sleep specialist. My name's Jacob, you know. And I can say, yeah, you need to flick your nutsack 20 times before you go to sleep. That'll help you sleep, you know. Because people would do it. I guarantee you, Ed, people would do that shit in a heartbeat.
I mean, yeah, I look at all of that. I'm going to use the word that because it's in our episode today, but that propaganda that's being pushed out there. And, you know, we look at the Maxers and like clavicular and how his body is disintegrating.
Yeah.
And what was the term?
His brain is fully disintegrated at this point.
Well, I mean, he's on meth.
Yeah.
I mean, acknowledging that he's on meth. But looks maxing and bone smashing.
Oh yeah.
I don't think those things are healthy. And I think if you talked to a plastic surgeon or if you talked to anyone in the medical world, they would say you're not really doing anything. You're causing inflammation.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to judge because I know you are. But I'm not here to judge because, you know, people should do what they want to do, but as a healthcare professional, it bothers me when people are hurting themselves because people are giving bad advice, which is what you're talking about. And I can't advocate for that. So it's not a judgment. It's just pure fact. Fact. If you
hitting your face with a hammer repeatedly probably isn't good for you.
Right. Shooting up meth is probably not good for you.
You don't tell me what to do with my life.
I'm really excited about it. So I've got objects and numbers.
Cool. Hit me. I got famous people and players.
Well, before we start, before we reveal our cards, we're almost through this whole series.
Yes, we are.
And we've been thinking about it. We found another game.
Yeah, because I don't know if you guys noticed, but sometimes we would pick the same card from like a previous season, so we're running out of cards. We needed to upgrade,
and so we have. And here in just a couple of weeks, we'll start giving you just the tip.
Just the tip in the G spot.
Just the tip in the G spot. We're going to be playing a game called Just the Tip, and just so you know, there's some very adult themed questions in this game, and we're not going to be playing it as we never do. We're not going to be playing by the rules.
No.
Okay, I'll go first here. Numbers.
Okay.
On average, Jacob. How many hours of music do you listen to in a day? And I'm gonna say, not massage music.
Oh, yeah, that's clever. Yeah. You know, when I was younger, it used to be a lot more. When I was younger, it used to be a lot higher. I'd say now, I would even say less than an hour a day. I listen to mainly podcasts and audiobooks now.
Yeah. I think I go through cycles.
Yeah, I do too, actually.
Right now I'm listening to podcasts. I'm listening to an audiobook. And so I'm not listening to a lot of music, but just yesterday in the shower, I got my Apple Music going.
Nice.
So I think I'm heading, it's summer, and I really like, the whole summer vibe. Summer boy in it.
Oh, God. All right, I got one. This is a player's question. And I'm going to say you can't say Jared for this one, okay? You have only one phone call. If they answer, you're fine. If they don't, you die. Who do you call? I know I'm disqualified because I'm awful at responding, answering my phone.
Wow. This is a very tough question.
Yeah, that's why I said no, Jared.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't have said him anyway because he just doesn't answer his phone.
Oh, shit. Oh, okay. To be fair, who answers their phone, Aaron?
I do. Just because of this.
You call yourself? You call your other phone?
I think that I'm going to have to say it's going to be Stacy in Greenville or AJ, because both of them always answer the phone.
Oh, nice. Well, shout out both of you.
Yeah. So, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Wow, that got me depressed. My people don't care about me.
All right. You got one more?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay. Why don't you take this one?
This is a famous people one. You're working in a restaurant. Did you ever work in a restaurant? Was that ever a job you had?
Yep.
You a server?
I was a server part-time. I was a host. There was a restaurant called Daryl's 1879. It sat where Longevity is right now.
Oh, really?
But the whole complex was the restaurant and
that was
parking.
a big ass fucking restaurant.
It was. They had a European double-decker bus inside the restaurant, a fire truck that you could sit in, covered patios. It was really nice place.
That sounds dope as hell.
It was.
All right. How did I never know this about you? Okay, sorry. You're working in a restaurant. Which famous person would you dread serving the most? We'll remove the low-hanging fruit. All right.
What I dread. So I'm going to tell a story and then I'll answer your question.
Okay.
So you are too young to know this, but you might have heard about this person. Okay. Back in the day, there was a newscaster, weather girl, back in the day, named Margie Eisen.
Yeah, name doesn't ring a bell.
And almost every day, she came into Daryl's 1879. We had a great bar.
Whoa, I don't like where this is going.
And she would have a cab or a taxi, no Uber back then, bring her. And then 3 or 4 hours later, she would be driven home.
Damn. Chilling at the bar for 4 hours.
So she had dinner, drinks.
Oh, really? Plural?
Drinks. And she and as the night progressed, up until the very end, she got funnier and funnier and nicer and nicer and nicer. But it was really sad.
Yeah.
So, well, and back then you don't think a thing of it. You're just like, ha ha, And today I look back on that and go,
that is pretty depressing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say I would not want somebody who is like who I would fanboy over, because I would mess it up bad, because I would not want to leave the table.
Okay.
I'm gonna answer this a whole different way, because there's too many that I would not want Steve from Old Gods of Appalachia to come in, because I could not stop talking to him.
Oh yeah, you would ruin his meal.
I would ruin his meal. I would probably get fired. I mean, I would probably sit down and start eating off his plate. Take
his scraps home.
Yeah. So yeah, that's probably who. What about you?
I've heard James Corbin can be a dick. So probably him, or like, who is that one dude? Chevy Chase. I've heard he's a real asshole in restaurants.
I thought you might think of one of the Food Network people who would be coming in to judge you.
Oh my God. No, yeah. I can't be doing that.
Did you work in a restaurant?
I was a line cook at Chili's.
That's right.
For like 2.5 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
And let me just say, I'll just say this as a general statement. If people saw how their food was prepared and the people that prepared them, they'd never go out to eat again. Well, most of them wouldn't.
Yeah. Okay, here's my last question. Objects. Name an object you dreamed of owning when you were younger.
This is going to be it's a testament to a young mentality that I had and how stupid it was. But when I was growing up, I started smoking weed at like 13 or 14, right? And I was always smoking out of like, soda cans that we had turned into pies.
Are you going to say a bong?
Yes, legitimately when I was younger, because if I ever did have a pipe or something like that, it had to be small enough that I could hide it in a shoebox, in my closet or something like that. And I used to daydream that one of these days I was going to have a Cheech and Chong, like table lamp sized bong. And that was going to be so cool. And then you get older and you realize how fucking lame that actually is. And I own one now, but I never use it. In fact, it's so tacky, I hide it because I'm embarrassed if anybody comes over and sees it. We call it the chug jug.
Ugh.
Yeah. It's a Fortnite reference for all my younger audience members. Yeah. So yeah, that's the super lame answer I got. What about you?
These questions have been tough today.
I know, right?
God. I will say, I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, have like a dream car. You weren't like, man, I want a dog. I want a cat.
I've had all that. I've not had my dream car.
I was going to say, what the fuck? That dream car is a Kia?
The dream car is not a Kia. But I've always wanted some type of bus.
Oh.
That I can remodel into like camping fun zone.
You've talked to me about this, so that way you and Jerry could hit up a bunch of music
festivals.
Yeah.
But I've really had that music festival touring thing since I was probably 20 I just love music.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to say that. There's probably some other stuff that I'm not thinking about. I will also say this. I really like Monopoly, and I can't get anybody to play with me. And I have one Monopoly set now. I used to have like 14. There was a wooden Monopoly set.
Yeah.
All the money wasn't obviously.
It wasn't wooden money.
But all of the tokens and everything were wooden, and I think that the cards and the money were not, but the property cards were metal.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So
Just out of curiosity, what theme is the Monopoly board that you have, the one of?
just the regular one.
Oh, just
I
straight
used
up
to have
Monopoly.
all the themes that were out at that time. Yeah.
I know
But
they made a Knoxville one.
they did, and I didn't get it because it was a limited edition, and I didn't find out about it in time. But I'm sure I'm going to find it someday.
We should just make our own Monopoly board based off of like Ravensville and the Cauldron.
Ravensville. Yeah.
Be sick.
That would probably be pretty easy to do. Jacob, have you heard? Appalachian Horror Fest is back this October.
The one in Knoxville with the storytellers, the vendors, the music, and all that spooky mountain magic?
That's the one. Saturday, October 10th at the Holiday Inn at Cedar Bluff. A full day of folklore, paranormal fun, and creative arts.
You're talking about vendors, panels, live music, and stories that'll stay with me long after the sun goes down.
Exactly. It's Appalachian's own celebration of mystery, storytelling, and imagination. Join us at Appalachian Horror Fest 2026, where stories come alive. Okay, let's get on to propaganda.
Oh, shit. Yeah, sorry.
And I'm going to say something. I'm going to make a statement, and then I'm just going to let you take it.
That's fair.
Social media, connectivity, AI have super hyper amplified propaganda with and given voice to people who wouldn't have had a voice before, so that there's, and all that's true. But the thing is, we haven't been able to catch up to where we have discernment over like the charlatans and the snake oil salesmen and things like that. I also think, and this is my own conspiracy theory, but I think
all ears.
I thought you would be, that it appeals to us emotionally because we want to be right in today's society. We can't be wrong, is the thing. And what I mean by that is when we hear something, even if we don't believe it, I think that's why MAGA is so popular. Even if we can't digest it or believe it, it matches what we think, so we can prove that we're right through it.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that the conspiracy part of this is two parts. It's the dumbing down of America, but it's also the numbing of America, the dumbing and the numbing of America.
Honestly, I don't even think that's a conspiracy theory. I think it's literally
That's
the
what I
rules of the
said.
game.
I think it's a conspiracy in that it hasn't been proven, but I think I'm on something.
It's interesting mainly because propaganda, I think we get too caught up in what we think is like the worst version of it, right? Like the old Soviet era posters of like workers around the world unite, or where the Nazis had their propaganda of them, stomping on some racist caricature and being like, look at the Untermensch and all this other stuff, right? But one thing that I feel like a lot of people tend to not realize is that propaganda is a two-way street. There's pro-propaganda. It's not all just negative, right? And
the food pyramid was propaganda. It helped in the beginning. It helped to increase health in the United States. It was propaganda from the Dairy and Beef Council.
Makes sense. I think the biggest thing that we need to take a step back and realize, any bit of content, whether you agree with it or not, you need to look at it through a lens of, is this propaganda, right? Also, real quick, I'm going to make my guess for the numbers because now I feel inspired. So we know it's incremental. I'm going to use double digits. this time. I'm going to say 10, 12, 14.
That meets the rule.
Okay, so is the rule... Well, shit, I picked odd, and now it's even, double digit. Okay. And I think the rule is as long as I'm guessing numbers that start with a lesser amount to a higher amount. That is the rule.
I'm going to give that to you.
Really? Mm-hmm. Holy shit.
So I'm going to go ahead and read it. The three numbers must be in strictly increasing order, each number larger than the previous, but they do not need to be consecutive.
Oh, really?
That's the rule.
Huh. I nailed it. I actually thought I was going to be guessing this shit for a while. Took me 1.5 episodes, maybe.
I'll have another one next episode. Did you enjoy that?
I did. That was actually really fun. Let's see, and this is exactly what I'm talking about, critical thought, okay? And I have a client of mine, I'll call her Jane Doe, and Jane Doe was an English teacher for a very, very long time in both public and private education, right? And I asked her, what exactly was the purpose of when we would be sitting in literature class and they would say something like, the lamp had a blue hue on it. And then as a teacher, you would spend 5 to 10 minutes explaining to us that the blue is reflective of the mood in the room. And blue also is a color of knowledge reveal. And it alludes to the fact that in the third act that everything will be revealed. And this lamp holds all of that meaning. And that's why Shakespeare or whoever put it in there. And she told me that the main purpose of that was to teach developing minds that there is another meaning for what they're reading or picturing or seeing with their face and eyes and hearing and all this other stuff. It was supposed to condition the young mind to want to seek out another purpose for information. And as we have systematically dismantled the education system, this isn't old man Jacob yelling at the younger generations. It's an acknowledgement that we have really fucked them by letting them down, that they are not capable of critical thought. And I feel like it has led to a breeding ground for propaganda to be wholly more effective than it ever should have been. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And I'm really, really worried right now because I think that there is a massive trend. And I'm going to admit and say that I'm biased. As much as I'm ashamed of what's happening in America, I'm still proud to be an American.
Absolutely.
I mean, I have friends and relatives that are in other parts of the world that could barely dream of the life that I have, right? And I'm thankful for the privilege I have of being born here as an American. I will say I'm not proud of what America does, but there is this weird trend of really pro-Chinese propaganda that is taking over all of social media right now. They call it China maxing. And they talk about how living in China is awesome. It's this wonderland. I know America sucks. And I literally think because TikTok is owned by Tencent or whatever the name of the company is, that's based out of China, and the Chinese government owns every private entity that exists in China. I really do feel like they are flooding our feeds with pro-Chinese propaganda to make us hate America even more. And I know for a fact that they create social media accounts that are pro one reason or another cause of some sort, and then they make another account that's against it, and they pump out a bunch of propaganda for both of those accounts just to get people engaged and angry at each other. Because again, if you're arguing with somebody over which bathroom somebody belongs in, right? You're not going to notice that they just redistrict Memphis and tore it the fuck apart.
Except we did.
Exactly. I really...
Well, you won't pay attention to the $1 trillion deficit that is missing.
You just won't.
You just won't.
You just won't. And mainly because we were worried about the fifth loser in a swimming relay race being upset about a trans athlete in the race. And that's propaganda. That is 1,000% propaganda.
Yeah, the reality is most people don't care.
Yeah.
But we love to get our feathers ruffled.
Oh, man. We're in an engagement economy. The dollars and cents is a byproduct of what they really want. They want engagement. They want people angry. They want people mad. And propaganda is the easiest way to do it. I will say, I myself have fallen victim to propaganda so many times.
Well, we do every day. I mean, you could look at advertising as propaganda. You can look at marketing as nothing but propaganda.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. 1,000%. I'm sure that I've probably been like completely brought into the fold of anti-AI propaganda. Mm-hmm. I guarantee you I have.
Well, and just to be clear, I think that the people who created AI did exactly what you say China did. I think they started the war.
Oh, yeah. They fired the first shot.
Yeah. Well, no, I think that they put out information on both sides. You know, it is easy to say AI is going to take over and all that, but it's also easy to say AI can't always get it right. You know,
they're playing both sides of it, and while we're figuring out, like,
they want the fear here because they're the ones in charge. They want the fear of what AI could do here, and on the other side, they want us to embrace it. And as we're embracing it, we become numb to it.
I'm really curious when we look back at this period in time. I would say starting in 2015 or 2016. When we look back at this period in time, when they really get to pull the facade off, how much propaganda was coming in from Russia and Iran and China and flinging back from the U.S. out towards them, how much we're going to be aware of it. And what's really, really scary is when people stop looking at things and even imagining that it could be propaganda, whether they agree with it or not.
Well, I mean, I'll use you for an example. You don't do any social media anymore.
Nope.
Which is the outcome of one of those groups. They wanted you to not.
Oh, yeah. They wanted me to be disengaged. And there's another group that wants me to be fully engaged.
Yep.
You're literally caught in the middle.
Yeah. When in actuality, the best spot is to be somewhere in the middle of that to your comfort so that you can still have the friends and communicate with the friends and not be consumed by, you know.
But the problem, and again, I agree with you. The problem with it is that these social media, this propaganda machine, it's designed to not allow people to be in the margins anymore.
Yeah, you can't be in the median.
No, they either want you fully addicted or get so burnt out you run out the door. Like it's
and I think that's kind of what the administration today is doing with social media. I mean, we know that there's some dementia going on.
1,000%.
But just last night, 1 a.m. in the morning, we're talking about Obama spying on Trump, or Trump's talking about it. Nobody else is. That's propaganda.
Wait, just as a side note, correct me if I'm wrong, because I did not hear about this, but correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't the Supreme Court just say that presidents are immune from any choice that they do? Mm-hmm. So even if Obama did spy on Trump, there's nothing they could do about it, right?
Right, but he's saying he's actively spying on him now.
Obama's actively... Yeah. Who's in charge of the government then? That's so stupid, dude. That is so stupid. And again, that's propaganda. That's propaganda too. Like him saying that he's spying on us. Oh my God. I will say the propaganda coming out of this administration, specifically the Department of War, ICE, and the FBI, it's like current Russian Federation levels of propaganda. Like it shows people jumping out of helicopters to Black Sabbath, dressed as like commandos, and they're like, "America's back on top, baby."
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think it would be cool if we had positive propaganda. Like, let me try to rack my brain. What do you think is there an example of positive propaganda?
I'm sure they are. The problem that we have with things like that, in talking about things like that, is that our brains are, especially your brain and my brain, we are always looking for the potholes, not the smooth roads.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll have to think about that. That's maybe something we bring up in next episode.
Yeah, let's try it.
Because, I mean, obviously there's positive propaganda. You know, it is not negative propaganda for me to look at a movie poster or an ad for a movie and be brought into it.
No, yeah.
So there's that. But I get what you're saying. And, yeah, I mean, we'll have to think about that because I can't think of anything immediately.
No, and I think that's also by design. We can only think of the negative.
Yep.
Anyway, on that happy note, hopefully you guys don't lose any sleep tonight.
Yep. We hope that you can listen to one of our podcasts and, well, actually, let me rephrase that. We hope that you can listen to the Ravensville podcast, which is a much more soothing podcast, and drift off to oblivion and sleep. Sleep well, guys.
Yeah. Get some shut-eye.
Okay. We'll talk to you later.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Now, family, you adults have a few chores to do. Go on over to ravensville.com and see about doing your chores on social media. Follow us on all the social media platforms that we've made available just for you folks. Like, listen, subscribe, and follow wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you don't mind, leave us a good rating and a kind comment. You can find The Cauldron on your favorite podcast platform. And again, make sure you hit that follow button to stay up to date with our latest episodes.
The Cracked Cauldron is a production of Small Raven Media. Today's episode was hosted by Ed Bolden Greer and Jacob A. Garner. Audio engineering and sound design by Nick Devan at Nicky D Sound. Copyrighted 2025 Small Raven Media. All rights reserved.